Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. My graphics card, the drivers decided that they weren't going to update when they were supposed to. So I actually, 20 minutes before I even started the stream, my PC crashed. So yeah, but we're here. Sorry for being late. Iron Balls, good to see you, buddy. But yeah, we're just going to be talking about State of Play, the Summer Games Fest, and the Day of the Devs that I watched yesterday, and then the PlayStation showcase that me and Ion watched on his channel as a part of Gaming News Live. So if you're not following his channel, make sure you go follow Ion Storm so you can catch me over there tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for the Xbox showcase. But let me get the other things up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm running behind. I didn't even have a chance to set up all my stuff. All the tabs. Alright. And we got one more for the Summer Games Fest. Alright. There we go. Oh wait, did I not even need... Or do they just have this on forever? No? That's 3 hours long. Oh, sweet. So this has the... Sweet, so I don't need the Day of the Dev stream. Heck yeah. Alright, but we'll just start in the order that they showed. And if y'all have any specific games that y'all want me to talk about or want my opinions on, just drop a chat down and yeah, we'll go from there. Right, yeah, starting out with the PlayStation State of Play, obviously Wolverine was a big part of it. I was very skeptical of Wolverine going into the State of Play because what I had seen, or the limited amount of stuff they had shown us, was just, to me personally, it looked like Spider-Man with claws. It looks like there's still a little bit of that Spider-Man DNA in there, but I don't know. It looks good to me. But I am still a little skeptical of it based, how it plays, how it feels. It looks great. Like they nailed the gore and the aesthetic, but I'm still weary that it's going to feel like Spider-Man. And I don't want Wolverine to feel like Spider-Man. Like they can have similarities, but like perfect example, animations. I have no issue with them modifying an existing animation that they have. But if you're just going to sit there and just copy paste, which also not saying that they're doing this, but if you're just going to sit there and just copy paste the same animation and hope it passes, then yeah. But see here, Great Wall. Hey, good to see you, Great Wall. Glad you made it. But yeah, like I was just telling Iron Balls, if y'all have any questions about any of the stuff that we talk about, or specific things that were shown, just drop a comment. I'll go to wherever it's at, and we'll eventually get through all of the games that were shown. But yeah, Wolverine, I think it looks good. Let's do this. There. All right. But yeah, I think it looks good. The gameplay is a little weird, but at the same time, it's like I feel like people aren't fully understanding that you can't just take a comic book character and just throw mechanics at them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, I think it looks good. It's just, I don't know. I'm still a little weary on it. But it's nothing. I mean, it is what it is in that aspect, because Wolverine, I think that's been a thing that a thing that has been on a lot of people's minds. But also, they did come out and say that it is a linear story. There is no open world, none of that crap. It's a linear. You start here, you end there, which I think is great, because if this had been another open world game to the extent of Spider-Man, the two Spider-Man games, I think they would have. I think they would have pushed towards reusing a lot more animations. But like I said, I have no issues with with developers reusing animations, as long as they actually somewhat tailor it to be at least differentiating enough to where people can tell, oh hey, this isn't a Spider-Man game, this is a Wolverine game. But also too, I don't know why, but I thought that was a Gambit. I just saw purple and I was like, oh hey, it's Gambit. But then I was like, wait a second, no, that's Jean Grey, which I believe is what Ion pointed out when we were watching it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Wolverine. Unless y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about, which I'm trying to hang on to Wolverine, just give people some time to get in here. I didn't want to make y'all sit and wait through a 3-minute intro just to after I was already like 10 minutes late. Didn't seem right, but yeah, that's about it for Wolverine. And then let me. The gore's okay. The Great Wall. The gore's definitely over the top, but I'm glad to have a toggle for it. I'll say I didn't even know that there was a toggle for the gore, but I mean it makes sense because obviously to some extent kids are gonna want to play this, and it's better to have the option to do that than just flat out, you know, yeah, you're not playing it, it's too gory. Which that's another thing too. Like they had to ride a fine line. Like the game is, I'm pretty sure the game's rated M for mature. I think that's what they showed at the very beginning of this. Let me see. Come on, dude, stop fighting me. Let me see here. I could have swore. Also, that hasn't been fully rated yet, but with the gore, it's going to be rated M. I'm sure streaming, you would need it to not be so high. Yeah, that's also true. As a creator, you think that'd be one of the first things I would think of. I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't even put my hat on. There we go. See, 007 opted to not really show any gore. Yeah, but see that I think with 007 though, I think it's the gore doesn't really fit into the established universe. So it would kind of be not out of left field, but just weird if James Bond just all of a sudden started looking like a Doom game, for instance. So I think I think in that aspect they were staying closer to the source material than, you know, oh hey, we can put gore in this, or choosing not to put gore in it. This game, like this character is known for his brutality, his strength, obviously the regeneration. So like, and this is what people have been asking for too, by the way. Like this isn't just some out of left field, hey, Deadpool and Wolverine did great at the box office, let's make a Wolverine game. This actually, I'm pretty sure this was already in production when Deadpool and Wolverine came out, because that was what, 2 years ago at this point, I think. But yeah, I think Wolverine is they don't really have a choice but to go gory, but it is nice that they have that option that you were talking about, Great Wall. That, like I said, I didn't even know about. But let me just go ahead and fast forward, and then we'll get to the next game. This dude was overly happy. Like, no offense to him. Like, I wish I could be that happy. Not that I'm not happy. But yeah, Marvel Token, I'm actually looking forward to that. Glad it's coming to PC, first of all. But the art style for this one just kind of reminds me of Marvel Rivals to an extent, but I'm really interested with the character model designs. Like, I really like them. Let's see, fair, I like where the guy gets his head cut off for taking the money for his daughter's medical bills, etc. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get what you're talking about. But no, yeah, honestly, this game, like, I'm not big on fighters, mainly because Apollyon, who y'all know, he just mops the floor with me on these games, and it pisses me off to the point where I will not play fighting games with him because he's so quick at picking up on how the game functions. I've told him he needs to start like streaming him playing fighting games, because dude's actually pretty good at it, like baseline good. But yeah, like I said, I'm not big on fighting games. I like to dabble in them, I guess is the better way of putting it. But oh yeah, this is I really like see if I can get a still of him. Yeah, I really like the Green Goblin's art style in this, or the character model. Like, this is so cool. This reminds me of, like, the mid-90s Marvel Comics, almost an X-Men TV show, but obviously he wasn't in the X-Men TV show. He was in the, what was it called? Was it just called Spider-Man? I think it was just called Spider-Man. There's been so many different variants of Spider-Man. I'm surprised I even remember the few that I know exist. But I really like the character model design. The levels look really, like, intricately detailed. They don't just look like a backdrop filler like some fighting games do. Not a fan of that type of game. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I think I'm more into it because I'm really drawn to the art style for this one. I think that, like, honestly, that's like my biggest, like, I like the art style. I think it looks cool. But I also don't know. I don't think they've set a price on it yet. If they have, I haven't looked into it. But if this is a $70 game, I don't know about all that. But yeah, it looks like a fun fighting game. And if you like fighting games or you're into them, this just looks like another solid choice. At least from what I've seen. But it looks cool. And then, dude, I was so hyped for this. Now we're jumping into Rayman. Like, Rayman is such a core part of my childhood, but it's not in the sense of, like, I played it every single day or I played it, like, religiously. I've never even beaten the first Rayman. But also, too, I was, like, 5 when I played the first Rayman. I was lucky to get to the music section, or the music levels, which I never got past. I have never gotten past them, which I need to actually get the remastered, or the ported 20th or 30th anniversary that they put out a couple months ago. But then this one, this is Rayman Legends. I think it's just Legends Retold, I believe is what it's called. Let's see. Oh, well, hey, what's up, Backstage? Let's see, who's developing Marvel Token? Is it? It's not NetEase, is it? I don't think it even says. I could have swore it said at some point during the trailer that who it was developed by. Let's see. Nah, it ain't even showing anything. Here, I'll do this. Alright, I'll look into it. Marvel Token Dev. Oh, Arc System Works. Or Arc System Works. Let me see what they're known for. Alright, I'm just looking it up on my other screen. Okay, they've made games such as Guilty Gear. Let's see, I'm just trying to find anything that I've seen. Bubble Bobble's still a thing? I don't know, it's Bubble Bobble. They've made a version of Bubble Bobble. River City Saga, Double Dragon Revive. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really saying anything else, but yeah, that's the dev that that's making Token. Good. Let's see here. Yeah, glad to see all y'all in here. But since, yeah, I don't really have much to say about Marvel Token other than it looks cool and I'm kind of interested in it. And then, you know, Rayman Legends, dude, this, like, I was expecting them to do the bare minimum, you know, in typical Ubisoft fashion. But this isn't, I don't think this is a Ubisoft dev. I think this was just, what's the word I'm looking for? Outsourced. But, dude, I'm so hyped for this. Like, I am there for this. And also, too, which we're going to talk about later, there's a game, actually, there's a franchise of games that has been dormant since, like, 2013. And all the original games are getting ported. And then the third one is getting ported, or sorry, the third one is getting a complete remaster for modern consoles, which, like I said, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But this, I was expecting to do the bare minimum with this. Like, they completely upped everything. The art style, the music, like the characters. Like, Rayman looks a little weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about Rayman in a realistic realistic slash cartoony art style, but it's not completely breaking it for me. Let's see, the Marvel Token Fighting Souls is growing on me. I don't have a PS5 though, so it's gonna be on PS5 and PC. So you don't have to get a PS5, but also know with your PC you're kind of iffy on it'll run. But I'm pretty sure they're setting it up to be an esports title, if I'm not mistaken. So performance should be there should be a lot of wiggle room for people that have entry level hardware or I guess outdated hardware, which I need to think of a better word to say because that sounds mean. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Great Wall. Oh, Ubisoft is developing the game. Okay. My apologies. Let me see here. I tried to pull it up and it didn't. I'll go back to YouTube. Let's see here. Who's the dev making it? I'm reading, trying to see where it says. Hey, what's up, Seth? How's it going, buddy? Oh, Ubisoft Montpellier and Ubisoft Milan. Okay. Yeah, thank you for making it to where I didn't have to read through all that, because it doesn't even. Yeah, I'm literally going. It doesn't say on here. But then again, I am just like fastly scrolling through it, so. All right, back to this. All right, this game actually looked pretty cool. Let's see here. Backstage, I can play esports games on mine. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying your PC might make the cut, because I think they are angling it as an esports title, but I don't know that for sure. But and anyways, so the next game, this is actually, I knew what it was immediately. Like, I've dabbled in Dave the Diver, which if you haven't played that and you like, I don't even know how to describe, like, it's got, what is that genre called? Literally, it's where you do multiple runs. I don't know why I can't, my mind's blanking right now. Roguelite, that's the one. It's like a mix of a roguelite with aspects of a cozy game. Plus, you can design your whatchamacallit, your sushi bar. It gives you a little bit of customization options to do. But anyways, long story short, this is a prequel to that game in a different art style, following the chef or the cook from Dave the Diver. And there were some people that are like, oh, it looks like Afro Samurai. And then I'm like, it's not Afro Samurai, guys. Let's see, gotta go do 4 hours work. Oh, hey, appreciate you for stopping by, Iron Balls. Yeah, thank you, Great Wall. Yeah, roguelite. But no, this is like a backstory about him. So if you're interested in this at all, and you want a little bit more idea of who the main characters are, which I don't think, obviously Dave's not in this one, it's just the owner and the chef. And then this has like multiple different like things that you do, so I'm assuming this is just going to focus more on the actual making of sushi, opposed to, like I said, with Dave the Diver, where you actually, that's the part that makes it a I almost said Souls-like, roguelite. And because you have an oxygen tank and all these other things that limit you from being able to go down further and further where the more expensive fish are, which is what you want to get higher money from customers to be able to do more stuff and upgrade your gear. Let's see here. But this is, like I said, this one just looks like it's, I don't know, it's giving me Cooking Mama vibes. Anyone else getting that from this? I'll play a little bit more of it again. Oh, not Rayman. Oh, there we go. I went too far back. Let's see. Backstage, you have the Marble Token Fighting Souls of 60. Yeah, I got a feeling I'll be able to find it for like 50. Maybe if I get lucky on a code site. Actually, honestly, that's where I buy most of my games now, is like G2A, Loaded, places like that. Because yeah, there's too many good games coming out now, and I'm not trying to spend MSRP on every single game that comes out. I don't have funds like that, and most other people don't either. But yeah, like I said, I'm interested in this because it is a backstory, and also I need to play more of Dave the Diver, which that might actually be what I do at some point next week, like on my own like free time. But let me speed this up a little bit so we can actually get through everything that was shown. Or, you know, the vast majority of the stuff, at least the stuff that I was interested in. Well, not just that I was interested in, but yeah, I think y'all understand what I'm saying. Let me see here. What was this one? Oh, hey, yeah, that's the chick from Ghostwire Tokyo. I forget the name of the dev. But they have their own thing. This actually looked kind of cool. Right now, obviously, my brain is mush, so me trying to remember all the games that I've seen just one time, it's kind of hard for me to remember every single thing. But yeah, this looked pretty cool. Like I said, I don't really remember much about it. I just remember that I liked the art style, and I recognized her almost instantly. Yeah, Arcane. I think it was, no, it wasn't Arcane. You're gonna make me look it up. Music's getting close to repeating, so I'm gonna go ahead and start that since I'm over here. Let's see. They had like, I could have sworn they had like a weird name. Not weird, but oh, Tango Gameworks. Yeah, Tango Gameworks was the name of that studio. Alright, back to the video. Yeah, that was called Kamuri. I like her personality. Like, she just has one of those personalities. Like, I see you. That's cool. That's coming 2027, and then Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Yeah, I'll make sure I got that name right. But this game looked amazing. I don't know if I'll be there day one for it, but I will definitely probably play it at some point. I did. It's weird. I have a weird love-hate relationship with the Tomb Raider games because, like, I played Tomb Raider, like, when they revived the series on the Xbox 360. I played... I don't think did I beat that? I either got really close to the end or I did beat it. And then I never touched them in any meaningful way ever again. Like, even, like, I take that back. The third one they made, I forget what it was called. It wasn't Shadows, because Shadows... whatever the third one was. I played a little bit of that, and then just for whatever reason I fell off of it. But I'm actually excited for this, because it looks like they're going back to the old school roots, which is new for me because I never played those. But at the same time, obviously modern controls, modern graphics, all the fun stuff that we like to talk and or complain about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Kind of surprised that it's coming out next year. But in case y'all weren't aware, I believe the original plan was this was supposed to come out this year. And then the other one was supposed to come out next year. So I'm going to assume that now that this one's coming out spring of next year, that the other one is going to be probably pushed to 2028. At least that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, February 12th, 2027. And it's not only on PlayStation, it's coming to everything. I believe it's even coming to Switch too. But of course, they're not going to show it because it's the PlayStation Showcase. And then what was this one? Oh, this is the... I thought this was just another Jurassic Park builder game. I'm trying to see... Oh, yeah, The Lost World. Which it's... Or, the Lost Wild. It looks like they're trying to use Jurassic Park without having to pay for the licensing of Jurassic Park. And this was... Was this Onimusha? I believe this was Onimusha. Let's see. Tell me the name of the game. Oh, sorry, it was Phantom Blade Zero. My bad. Which, it looks cool, but it also looks like it's a Souls-like game, and me and Souls-like games don't get along, and the few times I have played a Souls-like game, my controllers have almost cried. Because they thought they were going to get thrown across the room. Which I don't do, but those type of games, they push me to the point where I feel like I'm going to, and then so I just turn it off, because who wants to replace a controller, especially in this economy? It's ridiculous. Let's see here, and then we got... This was... Explore Arrakis. This was the Dune game that Emperor Hound, which if he comes in here, Emperor Hound, I still have not looked at this game. I'm going to put that on my to-do list to look at today. But yeah, it's a it looks like a crafting / survival game set in the Dune universe, which again, I don't have any ties to. I've never watched the movies. I've heard good things about them, but then it's like, oh yeah, those movies are like 2.5 hours long each, and it's like, to get the whole story, to play this game, I'll wait. But like I said, I'm gonna look into the game more, and if it looks like something I would play, I'll hop on with Emperor Hound, and whoever else wants to hop in when he starts his guild or whatever the community thing's called in Dune Awakening. And then, of course, Dynasty Warriors 3, which isn't a big deal for me because I didn't grow up with these. This might as well be a brand new game series to me. But it does kind of remind me of, like, what's that one game? There's a One Piece, what is it? Pirate Warrior 4. And the combat style kind of reminds me of this, where you have a whole group of enemies, but you're so powerful, you're just swinging stuff around and taking out multiples of them at a time. I actually kind of like that. So, but I'm also like, well, this is the third one. I don't know. I don't know about these games. Let's see here. This was No Rest for the Wicked, I believe, which is the dev of, this is the dev of Ori and the Will of the Wisp, or the Ori franchise, I guess you want to call them, even though there's only 2 games. Really cool games, by the way, if you like artistic games that test your puzzle platforming skills. Well, more so your platforming skills. But I've played a little bit of this with Apollyon, and we didn't really get all that deep into it. I don't remember why we stopped playing it. I'll probably remember when I go back in to play it. Next time I get a chance to go back to it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Diablo style game, which, it's kind of out of left field for them, but also not at the same time, when you realize that the Ori games are side-scrolling, what would you call action platformers? I would just call them platformers. But yeah, go back to that. keep getting sidetracked because my brain wants to look at the screen and go, oh, on to the next thing. But if you like Diablo-style combat and class-based mechanics, it's not a bad game. And I don't believe it's a full price game either. So that's always a plus. We like to see that around here. And then now here was Onimusha, which I haven't played, but I do have the demo for this one downloaded that I'm going to try out at some point next week. Also, just a question for you guys. How would y'all feel about these games that are getting all these demos? How would y'all feel about me doing a stream or two, just playing these demos that come out for games that we're looking forward to? Let's see, let's get back to chat. Backstage, I like the first Path of Exile better than Diablo. Yeah, I don't really play those games, mainly because the lore kind of, how do I word this? The lore doesn't really fit well with me, and to me it comes across, I mean, it's kind of like the whole thing, but it comes across as like demonic, and I don't do that stuff. But I do, there are some games that kind of lean into like the imagery, but they don't really go into like all the other stuff, and I'm okay with that. But like Diablo, like especially that Diablo trailer for the expansion, holy cannoli, man, that was rough to watch. But yeah, Onimusha, like I said, I have the demo. I'm gonna try it at some point this week and see how I like it, and then I will come back to y'all and let y'all know my thoughts on it. And then the next one, this was the Silent Hill Towns, I believe. This kind of horror I'm starting to come around on somewhat. The Onimusha demo was great. Oh, you've played it Backstage? I know several people that have played it, and they've said pretty good things about it. Nothing really specific, but there's like, yeah, it's fun, it's good. But what is the? Oh yeah, it's still the town. I almost said Dark Souls. This isn't Dark Souls. Silent Hill Towns. I don't know, it's just for me specifically, like, I never really got into horror games or anything like that, but then I just happened to have a buddy talk to me about the storyline of Resident Evil Village before it came out, or what was leading up to Village, and I was like, that sounds really cool. And then I ended up falling in love with Resident Evil Village, playing that. I've played through that game at least 8 times on my Xbox at least. And then I was instantly intrigued by Requiem, and then played it, beat it. You can actually watch that on the channel. There's a whole playlist for the series of live streams I did from start to finish for that game, if you want to check it out. And also, speaking of that, if you like the content, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button so you get notified anytime we go live, because this is a mainly streaming channel. We talk stuff out in real time. We don't edit stuff down, and because as y'all can tell, I stumble over my words a lot, but it is what it is, and we just get through it together and push on to the next thing. Let's see, I love that when you fight an enemy, both swords clash at each other in battle like a movie. Yeah, actually, yeah, I see what you're saying. Actually, let me go back to that, because this other game... Yeah, here we go. I'm trying to get to a piece of sword combat. Oh, yeah, where it does the, like, close-up to the sword as they're, like, clashing. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's really cool. I like it. See, and that's the thing, too. I like it when these devs go above and beyond for the little things, the minor details. Like, yeah, it's cool, like, the set design and everything is cool, but it's like, it's an empty set unless you make it look like it was lived in. But yeah, I like it when, like I said, I like it when devs pay attention to the little details. Also, too, if you like any of the music you're hearing in the background of this, make sure to check out the Aeronation Tunes music channel. I put stuff out over there. And any content creator, you are free to use the songs. Just don't upload a direct carbon copy of my song. At least incorporate into your video somehow. Other than that, you will never hear me go after people for copyright when it comes to the music stuff. Let's see. Capcom is burning up the game. Dude, they're on their, what, 5th game this year? Because it started with Requiem, and then Pragmata, and then I feel like there was another one. Well, I don't remember the third, but I also know Monster Hunter. Wilds is getting a massive expansion. Oh, my voice is starting to go. Need agua. That was the other thing I did. I didn't fill up my water bottle before I started streaming. You know, Capcom is on a heater right now, and then also too, they got this coming out, and then they got Resident Evil Veronica, which they dropped the code, so it's just called Resident Evil Veronica now. So I think MH Wilds is getting a Switch 2 port. It wouldn't surprise me, but well, also too, though, Capcom's really good at optimizing their games. So I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead on that note. So you're what, RE9 Monster Hunter Stories 3. Okay, that's, yeah. And Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. I didn't even know Mega Man had another collection coming out. So happy for Veronica fans. I want to play it. Yeah, honestly, like, so I have access to play Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 remake, I believe, because me and Apollyon share a Steam thing. But I haven't actually gotten the time to sit down and go back and play those, which I haven't decided if I'll do those on stream or off stream. But yeah, I'll figure that out. Yeah, Onimusha, and then the Silent Hill Towns. And in this game, dude, I am hyped for this game. Like, this is like, Ace Combat games look great, but this one actually looks like it has, like, a meaningful, like, built into the game story, instead of it just being, oh, hey, we need to figure out what you're going to be fighting against in this game. Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you, Great Wall. That makes me feel better, because, like, I was terrified to actually do this stream, because I'm like, man, I'm not going to remember every single thing from every single game. This is going to be insane. There's going to be a lot of stuff I'm like, oh yeah, I completely forgot that was even there. But I can say, I recently bought Ace Combat 7, I want to say a month or two ago, and I've kind of I played it for a little bit and then got pulled to other things. But yeah, I've always been a fan of the Ace Combat games. I think my dad had played a big part in that, because my dad was always obsessed with fighter pilots, especially the F-16. But yeah, this game, yeah, it looks solid. I mean, if you liked the other Ace Combat games, here's another Ace Combat game for you. Looks like it's based on Top Gun Maverick. So, funny you say that, because they actually did a crossover with the last Ace Combat, because that was the one that was out when Top Gun Maverick came out. And they did like a whole, well, not really a story, but they added some of the some of the aircrafts, and I believe some of the, it was basically a set of planes, fighter pilots, and other stuff you could fly. They didn't really have a story tied to it, which 7 has a story, but it looks nothing like Ace Combat 8 is going to look whatsoever, like at all. Let's see here. Dude, I'm so excited for Clutch. I actually heard about this game. Let's see. I heard that there was a studio named Maverick that was making, or it was made up of ex Forza Horizon devs that wanted to do their own thing, and then literally 2 days before the showcase, I saw something about it, and I believe it was the CEO talking about the game, and I'm like, actually, that might have been in this. I don't. I saw something about it before anything was shown here, and I was like, that sounds cool. And then when me and Ion were streaming this, it kind of gave me what's that one game? Can't think of I can't think of the name of it. Basically, you were a car on a TV show, and you could actually change the layout of the track based on if you had enough skill point or whatever, skill streak or whatever to trigger the action. Oh wait, no, this isn't Clutch. Never mind. I completely misread. This is it, dude. The same thing happened to me when I was watching. I was like, oh hey, it's Clutch. This isn't Clutch. This is Stuntman Hollywood, which looks really cool. So I apologize for getting confusion. But this game actually looked cool. This is on my radar, even though I just completely mistook it for a completely different game. Let's see, what was this? I couldn't remember what this one was. Team Cloud. Oh, was this Ill? Is that the name of it? Yeah, Ill. See, like, this kind of looks like Resident Evil. I can get behind this. But that other one, the Amsterdam 1666, you ain't gonna see it on this channel. See, I feel like the Xbox showcase is guaranteed to be the best show this week. See, I've been thinking that in the back of my head, but I've also been purposely dampering my expectations because I don't want to go into it thinking that, oh, I'm going to see every game I've ever wanted, which, you know, obviously no one's doing that, but I don't want to go into it with that kind of mindset because I want to actually be able to enjoy the show and actually the surprises actually feel like surprises. Hey, K-Rock, how's it going, buddy? And we're just talking about the showcases that we've already watched, getting prepared for me and Ion's showcase stream, our Xbox showcase stream tomorrow over on his channel. Yeah, we're about halfway through talking about the PlayStation Showcase, and then we're also going to be going through the Summer Games Fest and the Day of the Devs, which I've known about the Day of the Devs, but I've never sat down and actually watched it. And then yesterday, I was just like, you know what? I want to see what the indie scene's doing. So I actually sat and watched the whole thing. Well, I got not bored, but I was like, all right, this is going. But I literally like called it right as the last trailer was getting ready to play. And there was actually a lot of cool stuff on there I saw that I'm like, I'm intrigued. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, what is this? Is this still the same thing? Oh wait, no, this is the new, starts with a C. Control. This is the new Control Resonant, I think is the name of it. Can't wait till you get to the end of Summer Games Fest. Hopefully I'll still be on for that. But yeah, this isn't a super long stream today. I just wanted to hop on. I had a bunch of thoughts about some specific games, and I figured y'all would want to voice your opinions. So I was like, oh well, the win-win. I get to say what I want. Y'all get to say what you want and ask questions. So the win for me. Oh, win-win for everybody. I think that's right. Yeah. But it's funny. I actually got this. I own Control Ultimate Edition on Epic Games. I obviously Control, the Ultimate Edition's also on Game Pass for console. I think it's on for PC too, but I'm not entirely sure. But I still haven't played it. I watched some gameplay here and there of it and liked it, but I never sunk my teeth into it. Let's see, Great Wall. I didn't play Control, so I don't really have this one on my radar. See, that's the thing I think that's weird about me is like I didn't play Control. I've never touched Alan Wake, so I'm not familiar with the universe at all. But for some reason, this game is just speaking to me. It's like I like it's just the aesthetic, really. I think that's what it mainly is, the aesthetic and just the way things move, if that makes sense. It actually looks like it kind of has some, what's that one PlayStation exclusive, where you can choose, to be a villain, Infamous? Kind of has a little bit of an Infamous vibe, like, aesthetically. And then just Doctor. Which, apparently, he's from the original Control, which I didn't know. A lot of people did. So I'm like, oh, well, cool. That's a little Easter egg for you. I'm going in blind. And we're skipping. I'm skipping. I'm sorry. I can't. I have played this. I have played Marathon. And when I have to actively think about what the menu's trying to tell me, your menu's bad. Bad menu design. The game, like, the core gameplay isn't terrible, but it's just, it's been done so many times, there's nothing new, and it's, the thing that makes Marathon new is that it's for the hardcore niche that wants to be punished against real people. That's a niche. That's not, you're not going to get millions of copies sold catering to that tiny, tiny niche. But that's about all I'm going to say on Marathon. Most people know my thoughts on it. Like, as much as I wanted to like it, I tried it, went into it with an open mind, and it did not resonate with me at all. Alright, let's just get past Marathon. Marathon, and seeing RuneScape Dragon Wild, which I think that's been on PC for a while at this point, so this is just it coming to console. Which, if you're looking forward to it, cool. Me personally, not really, because these are not, this is more of my wife's forte than me. The only type of game like this I got into was Planet Crafter, which, great game if you like the crafting, building aesthetic. That game is freaking amazing. But it's only on PC. But it's really, really fun. And then, I think this is them showing off a bunch of different PS1 classics that are coming to PlayStation Plus. Yeah, PsyOps. It's coming. What is this? Is RuneScape going multiplayer? So, it's not RuneScape like you think of RuneScape. It's a different take on RuneScape. I think the people that own RuneScape made. That's why RuneScape is kind of shoehorned into the title. And then what was this game? Oh yeah, this was the was this Until Dawn 2? Honestly, the only thing that even piqued my interest in this is seeing that I think his name's Deckard something, but the dude that played Billy in Stranger Things and the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers movie, that if you haven't watched it and you have nostalgia for Power Rangers, pretty great freaking movie. I wish they would have done a sequel to it, but it never happened. Yeah, that guy. His name's like Deckard or something like that. Of course, my thing doesn't want to go back to the thing. Like the dude from Cobra Kai. Let's see here. Which one? Like, obviously you're talking about this guy. You talking about like the nerdy, the lengthy nerdy dude that didn't really want to learn karate, and then he did, and then people stopped messing with him? Or are you talking about Hawk? Pretty sure that's the guy you're talking about. The guy that goes to juvie. Oh, I think his name starts with a C. The one that does something to another student in the school that almost kills somebody. Is that the guy? Because I don't want to spoil the show. The show is really good. It's just unfortunate that they tried to piggyback a movie on it and completely blew Karate Kid to oblivion. Robbie, that's the one. Yep, Robbie. Robbie Rotten. Talking about Johnny's son. Yep, that's the one. I don't know why I just didn't say that, but I figured, oh hey, if you've seen the show, you're gonna immediately know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I think he's an underrated actor. I haven't seen him in a whole lot of stuff, but the stuff I have seen him in, I'm like, I like it. Picasso. Right, yeah, because this was Until Dawn 2. Yeah, and the dev's talking about it. Which I think it's weird that, because Until Dawn 2 is not being made by the original studio that made Until Dawn. I don't think. Let me double check that real quick. Oh, hit the wrong button. Yeah, let me double check that real quick. Until Dawn 2 Dev. Yep, Supermassive Games made the first one. This one's being made by Fire Sprite, who I have never heard of. The whole trailer made me think of Far Cry 3. Dude, I would love to get an actual remake of Far Cry 3. Like, if you're Ubisoft and you're gonna go back and pull Edward Kenway out of the dumpster and remake Black Flag, which I'm not saying Black Flag is a bad game at all. I've never actually put a lot of time into it, so I might be picking up that remake of Black Flag. But if you're gonna do that, Far Cry 3, like, that's the it's I don't think there's anybody else that says any of the other ones, like from 4 back, are better than 3. 3's like the pinnacle. Let's see, and then yeah, I'm not okay. So this is about the end of it. Also, actually, no, we are going to play it because I want to get my exact thoughts and feelings out about this, because I feel like I was a little, the way I reacted to it live wasn't how I fully feel. I think that reaction that y'all saw, for those that tuned in, I think that reaction was just my gut being like, wait a second, this isn't a Kratos game. And then, like, right as soon as I was about to get behind the direction they were going, the freaking cube shows up, and then I just completely checked out. I was like, nope, I can't take this seriously. But after, like I said, though, after going back and watching a little bit more of it, which I don't know why the video stopped playing. There we go. But anyways, I went back and watched it, and then it's still, the second the cube shows up, I'm like, I can't, it's jarring. No, I can't, no. But like I said, that's just my opinion, and it's just, like I said, it's jarring. Like, I kind of knew that Kratos wasn't going to be in the next God of War, but I didn't know that they were going to go this far with it, to where, hey, this is the next mainline God of War game. We're going to use it to, well, people are assuming they're going to use this to tie the bridge to where they can go to any lore they want, which is fair to an extent, but it's like, yeah, you didn't communicate that to the audience. Y'all just kind of put out what you put out, and because people have been like, oh, hey, Kratos, that, and they also just announced that the original 3 God of War games are getting remastered or remade for modern, for I guess PS5 at this point. But it's like, to go from that to this, like, there's a pattern here that doesn't line up. It's like, okay, so you have the old God of War voice actor for Kratos come out and announce that y'all are working on all 3 games, all 3 of the original God of War games, completely remaking them, and then your very next God of War related announcement is a God of War game that's not about Kratos. Like, can y'all follow my logic as to how that's like jarring? See, the cube is voiced by Huey from The Boys. That doesn't change it for me. Let's see, backstage, I've noticed a lot of small screen actors are making a big break in the game industry. That's awesome. Yeah, like it's cool when like they do stuff like that, but it's like at the same time, like they didn't do a good job. This is my opinion. I don't think they did a good enough job communicating. Hey, Faye is the direction we're going in, but she's not replacing Kratos. She's just going to be an extension to push him into different universes. Which leads me to my final point I'm going to say about God of War. I think if they would have named it God of War or Faye, a God of War story, half of this outrage wouldn't exist at all. But again, it's optics. It just like it looks so tone deaf to the diehard God of War community, which I'm not a part of. Like I know who Kratos is. I've dabbled in the games, even the PSP games, but I've never beaten a God of War game. But I respect the lore and what the games represent. And then this, like I said, it just like it came across as tone deaf. Just see how much time you have to spend with the box. Yeah, well, he's on the cover art for the game, so I mean, he's clearly he's there. But I think somebody was saying, I don't remember who it was. Somebody was saying that that the box might turn into something like an actual character. It might have been you, Great While, that was saying it. I couldn't take the cube seriously because of Huey, to be honest. Let's see. The outrage is ridiculous. The game will probably be awesome and have tie-ins to Ragnarok. I beat the 2018 version and Ragnarok. See, and that's another thing, too. I wanted to get someone's, like, besides Apollyon. He's a diehard God of War fan. He's actually excited for this, which completely threw me off guard because I'm like, what the heck? What is this? Like, not in, like, a it shouldn't exist kind of way, but just a from a structure standpoint and community and dev relationship, this wasn't communicated. Yeah, I was saying that, and maybe the sword. Yeah. Hey, I remembered that time something you said. But like this little furball didn't really bother me all that much. I mean, the coloring is a little bright, but like you were saying, Great Wall, I don't think because like when the cube's not on screen, it looks completely like I like it. Let's see, I beat the 2 God of War games, but I don't know how I feel about LaFay yet. I hope I want to play it, but I have to get a PS5 for it. Yeah, I still wouldn't put all your eggs in the basket of PlayStation games are done with PC. Like I've actually been doing some digging into that behind the scenes. Just about every single article circles back to Jason Schreier. And I'm sorry, that whole mob mentality of, oh, well, hey, Jason said it. We're going to say that we're going to make it seem, we're going to frame our article like we found out the information just at the bottom to say that it was Bloomberg or Jason Schreier. So I'm not buying this PlayStation isn't coming to PC. I'm not buying it. Especially with how, and the stupid thing is they try to say that, oh, well, PC gamers don't want to play our games. Yeah, you're right to an extent. There's a caveat to that, though. We don't want to play your games a year or two after the PlayStation players have gotten to play it. It's that simple. Everything has a time limit. And PlayStation thought, we're PlayStation, our games are going to sell no matter when we put them out. And no matter how long we make PC players wait, they're still going to buy it because guess what? It's a PlayStation game. I beat the 2 God of War. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say about the God of War. So we'll just go ahead and jump over to Summer Games Fest because they actually showed some really cool stuff. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and restart the music. Oh, no, I'm still good. Never mind. Yeah, some of these songs that are playing in the background I haven't even uploaded yet. It's just stuff that I tinkered with. Alright, where is... Alright, there we go. Back to the game. Summer Games Fest. Alright, got Jeff Fafa talking a lot to Ta. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious. I wonder if Mag is somewhere. Like, obviously, he's somewhere in this crowd. It'd be kind of funny if we could see him. Alright, let's see. This was crazy. Like Jeff even says it. He's like, we're only halfway through the year and we already have almost 2,000 more games that have came out this year than the entirety of last year. That is insane. You want to talk about market saturation? I don't know how that number goes up without some some studios going under, to be completely honest. Smack in the face for the Steam Deck being way more expensive. Dude, unless it's a game that I don't know what happened. OBS just said, nah, we're not doing it. And then now I gotta get this pulled back up because, there we go. Oh. Excuse me, put this all the way down at the bottom. Yeah, this stream kind of came together last minute and it's not going the greatest, but yeah, we're here, we're having a good time. Well, I'm having a good time. Let me fix this. There we go. Alright. I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, though, the OBS actually crashed my PC earlier because my NVIDIA app was stuck in a 100% installing the driver update. So I've been running around streaming and doing everything last week with a out-of-date graphics driver that I wasn't aware of. I had to completely reinstall the NVIDIA app. I had to manually install the driver update. It was ridiculous. It was a pain in the butt. But anyways, we were talking about the Steam Deck before OBS rudely interrupted me. Let me get this moved back over here. I don't like the way that looks. All right, there we go. Anyways. Oh, wait, is my mute? Dude, this is so dumb. I have to redo the music, too. I'm over here just listening to the music by myself. Where did it go? It's like it went poof. Trying to find my, source. Let's see. Okay, that's not doing anything, so that's cool. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to get this situated. Yeah, now the music just doesn't want to work at all, so that's great. Alright, start the music over again. Oh, there we go. It's working. It's working. Alright, just make sure it doesn't go over me. Which I need to actually set a limiter so it can't do that. Anyways, yeah, the Steam Deck. Okay, what is going on now? Alright, there we go. Anyways, the Steam Deck. Let me see. Smack in the face for the Steam Deck being. Yeah, I don't understand how the Steam Deck is $789 for the 512 gig OLED, and then it's $1,000 after tax, obviously, for the 1 terabyte model. Nothing's changed. They didn't upgrade anything. They didn't do anything. It's like, at this point, anyone that wanted a Steam Deck, they have one, or they have access to get one used. I know you're still in here, backstage. That's a callback to you. Uh, but yeah, it's that price increase. It just makes no sense. Like, I even did a little bit more digging. Those, from a business perspective, all decisions go through Gabe. All of them. He owns 51% of the company, so there is no rhyme or reason as to why he is not the final say on the decisions that Steam makes. Like, as someone that's new to PC, I've only been on PC for a little over a year. I love Steam, but I will still call them out when they do crap like this, especially if I do deeper digging and then I can find tangible evidence that says, hey, you chose to make this decision. Steam's a private company. They don't answer to investors. They don't answer to any of that. It's literally 51% owned by Gabe, 49% owned by the employees. There is no outside voice telling them what to do. They are actively choosing this. That's the thing too, which the white Ally, Xbox Ally, it's cheaper. It's like $100 cheaper now, brand new, and it does about the same. It has its caveats, but for the most part, from like a performance standpoint, Steam Deck OLED and that white Xbox ROG Ally, they're pretty much neck and neck when it comes to just spreadsheet comparison. But yeah, I'm glad thank you for bringing it up. Great Wall. I actually wanted to touch on the whole Steam thing, so I don't feel like I don't think I've posted anywhere just saying how I feel about Steam currently. Anyways, back to Summer Games Fest. Because if we keep going on tangents, this is going to be a 4-hour stream, and I didn't plan on it being a 4-hour stream. But let's see here. Alright. Is there any, like, things specifically that y'all want to touch on? Because I think this was... Oh yeah, I think this was that... No, this wasn't the 1666. I don't think. Yeah, this was the Resident Evil Veronica, which I'm kind of excited for. I think this was Veronica. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was... Yeah, this was Veronica. Let's see, did you want there to be audio on the SGF? I can't hear anything, which is why I'm asking. I can hear you though. Oh no, I just have music playing in the background because all these are getting people copywritten, and I'd rather not do that. So instead of having all the music and everything from there, I just have the sound muted for the actual stream, and then I have copyright-free music over top of it that I made. Which, I don't know if the gotcha music is a bit low. Okay. Is that better? Does that sound good? Also, again, shout out to the Great Wall. This dude's freaking amazing. He is here just about every single time I stream, whether he knows I'm streaming or not. So, anyone that's still in the chat, shout out him. Shout out the Great Wall. He does good work, and he's an awesome guy to have around. I'm truly blessed to have him as an admin or moderator, whatever term you want to use. Also, too, he streams too, not daily or anything like that, but go check out his channel. He posts some good stuff about Nintendo games. I was excited about this. The Cuphead, the two Cuphead games that we're getting. Because we're getting a, what was it, Mighty Cuphead, which is the 2D platformer. Need to make a stream schedule. Yeah, honestly, that's the best thing to do. Like, I didn't plan on doing this stream at all. I just, like I said, I think I'm getting to a point where I'm feeling more confident in voicing my opinions, and also being able to push back against people that have differing opinions, which, you know, those of you that know me, that's like the whole shtick of the channel. Like, ask questions, play games, enjoy the games. But for the most part, we keep the drama to a minimum. Like we're just here to chill and have a good time. We're not trying to be super stressful or overly negative unless we have to be negative about what these companies are doing. Because at the end of the day, I am going to do my best to advocate for the consumer. Granted, some of the stuff I do doesn't look that way. Like I bought a Switch 2, even though I was adamant about how Nintendo was doing things, but I'm also a tech enthusiast. I love tech. And that was new tech that was coming out. I wanted to be able to tinker with it. So I got it. But I'm getting a lot better at, like I was saying, voicing my opinions and actually being able to push back against other viewpoints. But again, like I said, this whole channel is just about loving games and making sure that these companies are held accountable for trying to screw us over. And I try to make it fun and entertaining. Sometimes I do great at it, sometimes not so great. But it is what it is. I'm also a one-man operation. It's just me. At least on the creation side. Like, I love all of y'all. Like, love the support that y'all have been giving the channel. It really does mean a lot. But let's jump back into this. I could literally sing y'all's praises all day long. But let's talk about, of course, perfect timing, Alien Isolation 2. Which, another perfect thing, or not perfect thing, but another thing I wanted to mention too is that the channel is getting traction, guys. We've actually hit over 10 concurrent viewers in 3 different streams over the last month. I just wanted to share that, but I was saying that because those of you that have been around for a while know that once the channel gets to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing one stream of me playing Alien Isolation once we cross that threshold. So that's kind of like a little incentive to help grow the channel, and then y'all get to see me freak out like a 5-year-old girl. So it's a win-win-lose. I win, y'all win, but I also lose a little bit of my dignity, but that's okay. See, Cuphead is so hard. I haven't beaten the first one. Oh, I haven't beaten the first one yet either. I literally did 2. I think it's the 2. I did beat 2 of the islands. And then I think I got to the 3rd one and I haven't gotten all the way through it because I'm stuck on, I think it's the dragon. Yeah, the 3-headed dragon. I'm stuck on that. Dude, I've had that game since the day it came out. So do not feel bad. I've had it since day 1 and still haven't beaten it. But that's just what I'm saying. It's like I was so hooked on the art style and just the game design of Cuphead. I was there day 1 just because I wanted to support it. And now look at them now. They have the Cuphead show, which I don't know if Netflix canceled or if they renewed it, but I think that got like 2 seasons. And then they made a hand-drawn game. And now they got 2 other games in development. One of them being basically Cuphead 2, which is, what we're all thinking, 2D side-scrolling action platformer, or I guess mainly platformer. And then the other 2D one that is basically the same thing, just 8-bit graphics. Obviously, they're going to change other stuff up on it, but that's just my take on it. But yeah, Alien Isolation, that game looks freaking terrifying. But I know a lot of people have been waiting because the first one came out in like 2015, 2016. So it's been a long time that people have been waiting. The first game specifically, what made it so unique was that most games, the enemies would they would have a specific way of looking for you. Alien Isolation, the NPC, AI, whatever you want to call the actual alien character model, actually looks, if it notices you're hiding in vents a lot, it will actively start looking in vents to find you. And then if you switch to hiding and stuff, it'll start more actively looking in cabinets and stuff to find you, which I'm really intrigued to see what they do with it, with this, which I've heard little things here and there about it, but obviously before this trailer came out, but nothing that like was really concrete. Just all we knew that there was an Alien Isolation game. It's in development. Wait for more info. But yeah, I will be playing the first one once the channel gets to 1,000 subs, reluctantly. But I know it's all in good fun. But I also, like I say, I know a lot of people are looking forward to Alien Isolation 2. Alright, let's not confuse people by playing the outro music. Skip over that one. Alright. Go back to full screen. Also, I have a little surprise for y'all at the end, by the way, so make sure you stay tuned. We're gonna push through Summer Games Fest and then touch on the Day of the Devs, and then I will show y'all a little surprise. Since y'all clearly liked the being called Nation Nomads, I've kind of went into, well, I basically, y'all are the Nation Nomads. You know, I asked if y'all were cool with that name, and that was the name we agreed on. So now I'm making some stuff to kind of lean into that a little bit more. But like I said, I actually have, that's the one thing that I have set up in the stream. I actually have the teaser for that set up for the end screen. So there's that. But like, anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. And this is where they were talking about the guy that made Shadow of Colossus and what was the other one? Shadows of Colossus, Eco, sorry. And it was 3 letters. I couldn't put the right 3 letters together. See, what was this Project, or not Project Robot? Something Atlas. Gen Atlas, I think is what this one's called. It looks pretty, but I know kind of how his games play, and not saying that they're bad, but it's just someone would have to explain more of it to me for me to get into it and play it. But yeah, that's not bad at all. And that's where they talk about that. And then this was Blood Message, which I thought, honestly, for a split second, I thought it was like, are they just showing Onimusha again? Didn't we just see the state of play? But yeah, that one looked pretty interesting. I can't remember anything of note about it other than it looked interesting. This one blew my mind because not only did they showed the trailer, and then I don't want to get demonetized for that, so we're just going to skip over that. But they have Snoop Dogg come out and they're like, oh yeah, Tupac's in the game. What? Also, on top of that, it's being, I think it's being made in collaboration with I think it's RGG Studios that's making it. And then I think Snoop Dogg has started his own game company called Def Jam Games, which, to me, if you're able to get Tupac, wait, why is this? Half the screen's cut off. I didn't even notice that. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can fix it now. Yeah, and also anyone new joining, this is not, my streams aren't usually this chaotic. It's just a lot of stuff happened before stream, and I didn't get a chance to fix it all. And then obviously OBS just randomly crashed and reset a bunch of different things. There we go. Now y'all can see everything. Jeez. I apologize. But yeah, the fact that they got Tupac in that game, give us a new Def Jam. I didn't even get to play those growing up, but I even know that people want another one of those games. Like, come on, give it to us. Yeah, there's our, sorry, Def Jam. Death Row Games. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he was involved with the Def Jam games to some extent, because I'm pretty sure he's in one of them at least. And this one, I like the name of the company, Dead Astronaut, and I like the logo. That's cool. I'm trying to remember what this one was. Oh, this is another weird cube game. I think I said that when I was watching it yesterday. I'm like, oh great, another cube. It's 2027 gonna be have a cube gate conspiracy theory go on. Let's see. This one, I thought this was Far Far West. It's called something different. Sand Raiders of Sophie, which it looks like literally someone took the world building to an extent of the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith and turned it into a video game. That's what it looks like, because that thing right there just reminds, it just looks just like the spider that the bad dude drove around in that movie. Hey, Ion, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Just getting people prepped for the Xbox stream tomorrow, man. I've had, dude, OBS has crashed on me. My graphics driver never actually updated, so my computer, before I even started streaming, my computer crashed. Had to fix all that, and then, yeah. Yeah, we're just going over this stuff, and also, anyone that's in here, don't forget to go check out Ion Storm's channel. Me and him will be streaming a special presentation of Gaming News Live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Watching the Xbox showcase. But yeah, again, make sure you go check him out. And then, yeah, they they showed more of Black Flag, which is looking good. Yeah, dude, me and Tech do not get along sometimes. Like when we're in sync, it's great. But the second there's any type of friction, I lose almost every single time. It's so annoying. But yeah, they showed more Black Flag, which I'm skeptical on it because of little tidbits I keep hearing. I'm trying to think of one I heard the other day about it. Like I was not the whole like the woman's shirt thing and all that crap, but there was something else that made me go, I don't know about that. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But yeah, we know all about this game. It's coming out July 9th for everything. I think it's even coming to Switch too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Ion Stormer got some news on Alien. Loads of videos coming this week. Nice. Yeah, get those numbers up, man. Yeah, seriously. Ion makes some good stuff, especially if you like reviews. And if you're at YouTube, can someone please take him out of the horror genre? Please. Please. And then Ben Starr just here. And this was for Fortnite. I forget, he's playing like the villain of this. I still haven't even jumped into this season, but I mean, then again, I haven't really jumped into really any season recently. But yeah, that's Fortnite. You know, new season of Fortnite. I actually know, never mind, I'll take it back. This is the one thing I was excited for when I saw it. It's like, whoa, we're getting a cell-shaded John Wick skin? Cool. Not too shabby. But that's all of that, and then more of that, and then... What was this? Oh, is this the, new... What is this? The battle bots. I forget what they're freaking called. I think it starts with a G. Gundam. Yeah, this is the new Gundam game that's coming, I think, next year? If I'm not mistaken. I don't even think they... Yeah, so it's Gundam Rogue Orbit, and it's coming sometime in 2027. The Lost Wild is timed exclusive. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, I was saying it when I was watching that part of it a little bit ago. It looked like it was a Jurassic Park game, which I know they have a game that's called The Did they call their game The Lost World? I know they called one of the movies The Lost World. But I also think that's a play on words to keep them from having to use or having to get the Jurassic Park license is by calling it The Lost Wild instead of The Lost World. At least that's how I think about it. Yeah, Jurassic Park Survivor, pretty much. All right, let's see here, and they showed. Yeah, I tried to play this, or not this game specifically, but there's a game that's similar to it called Carry the Glass. Do not play this with someone that you do not have a lot of respect and patience for. That friendship will not last. But I mean, it looks like a nice little artsy-fartsy game. You know, if you like those kind of always up-esque games. What was this? Oh, this is from this is some devs from Call of Duty and like one or two other studios that made this studio. I'm actually excited for this game. Say Hitman 1 to contracts or game remaster. Yeah, I saw that this morning on Twitter. I was like, that was a random announcement out of nowhere. But I forget what this game was called, but it looked interesting, especially since they said, I believe this is the studio that said that they were making a tight, linear, action-based story. Yeah, Crossfire. Yep, thank you, Ion. Yeah, and any relation to Crossfire X? I'm assuming that's what this is. Like, are they two completely different things? Because when I saw this yesterday, my first thought was Crossfire X. Okay, so completely different. Okay, well, I will delete that connection from my brain and think of it as something completely different. Also, too, the way that the characters move and everything, it kind of reminds me of like the old school Ghost Recon games, like Advanced Soldier, I think is what it's called, or Advanced Warfare. Those were fun, and this kind of reminds me of that, just a little bit. And then I believe this is just in development, or it's coming 2027. I don't think it's a this year game. Okay, yeah, so it's wish list, and who knows when it's coming out. This is just them talking more about it. And then Control Resonant, which that comes out when September 24th. Is that what it said? Yeah, September 24th. Let's see, the devs are ex Naughty Dog and COD devs. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know how you remember all this stuff, Ion. Like, I just watched all this stuff yesterday, and then my brain was just like, hey, let's do a stream and let people talk about what they liked, and then it's been what it's been. This was a MMO. Yeah, Guild Wars 3. I'm sorry, if you like those type of games, they're one of the few genres of games where I'm just not interested. No matter what you do, I'm not going to be interested. They can make a Kingdom Hearts MMO, I wouldn't play it. They can make a Halo MMO, I wouldn't play it. I live for this week. Well, see, I think another thing for me is that the last couple years have been really crappy when it's come to Summer Games Fest and whatnot. And now it's like, this is the first year where I think me and you were talking about this. I'm getting like 2011, 2012 vibes from everything that's being shown. I'm actually getting genuinely excited for stuff. Like, a lot of these games, it's like I have excitement for them, but it's not fully reserved excitement. It's mostly, oh yeah, I'm actually excited for this. Do you all have your Xbox stream set up yet? That is a question for the man with the plan, and that man with the plan is Ion. But yeah, I think, well, we're just gonna reuse the one that we had for the state of play, right? This is E3 2000. And this was this the Star Wars race? Yeah, this is Star Wars Galactic Racer. That's going to be a day one for me if I can afford it. This literally just looks like Pod Racer's Revenge from the PS2 just modernized, and I'm here for it. Like, I'm 1000% here for it. I just hope there's online multiplayer, which I don't see why there wouldn't be. But that's another one that I'm excited for, and I believe that one's another September game. Is that September or October? I think it's October though. Yeah, October 6th. And then, not sure what this one was. Setting up in the morning, my time, and yeah, just tweaking the thumbnail for Xbox. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Ion, I actually have a little surprise for everybody at the end of the stream. I'm slowly starting to work on something for the channel. The reason I remember is because this is the song that's playing in the background right now is the one that I'm going to be using to put it all together for a new modular intro. As I guess I'll leave it at that. This one reminded me of Raft. I literally just remembered the name of this. I don't know why I remembered it, but it doesn't sound like, oh yeah, that's the name of it. Last Harbor, yeah. That looked pretty cool. And then this was Virtua Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Virtua Fighter. But yeah, again, fighting game. If you like fighting games, cool. There's too many of them coming out now for me to dabble, try that, and $70 for a fighting game that I'm not going to spend more than 2 hours in. Not worth it. But if I do play it, I'll play it when I'll get it on a sale or something. Alright. Virtua Fighter, blah, blah, blah. I mean, not blah, 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 but keep it moving. And there's the RuneScape thing again that we already watched the PlayStation doohickey. And this was just like that looked cool. I need to add that to my wish list because it looks like a late 80s, early 90s anime. And I don't know why, but I'm liking it. Let's see here. Digital Extremes with Soul Frame. That's not my kind of game. Virtua Fighter looks dope, and it's supposedly story-driven third-person adventure. Yes. I was actually getting ready to say that because I thought about that just as I was wrapping up this one. But yeah, that Virtua Fighter game, it looks like how you were saying, it's not going to be a typical 1v1 fighter game, and I've seen a couple people that are a little bit upset that Virtua Fighter is going in that direction. And then, of course, we got the announcement for Grounded coming to PS5 with, is it? I don't think it's the 1.0 release too, or it's just an update. I think. Let's see, no bro, Xbox in my veins. Yeah, he is diehard Xbox. So, sometimes I gotta knock the fanboy out of him. It comes out a little bit. Just kidding. And then I don't know how I called this, but I was like, this looks like Mafia. And it's a DLC for Mafia. Story expansion August 14th, coming to everything that it is currently on. You shall not succeed. Let's see, and then this. Oh yeah, I'm skipping that one. It looked cool. It's just, it's too demonic for me. I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, I mean, you're entitled to do what you want to do. But for me, I'm not getting involved with that. I say that, but then this isn't. This is horror. This isn't demonic. This is just psychopath territory. Yeah, I've seen Mag and Colt's photos, dude. It makes me like a little jealous, but like more excited than jealous. It's like, you know, I've been following those dudes for a while, and then, you know, you see, like, especially Mag, like, you see him at these events next to these people we only see pictures of, and it's like, dude, he's doing it. Yeah, well, like I said, I have my personal reasons for why I'm not gonna play it, but like I said, if it's something that, you know, is interesting to you, yeah, you can do what you want, you play what you want. I'm not gonna play it. Let me see. Go back to music. All right, fix that. Oh, where my? There it is. And then this. Yeah, and this one doesn't look like it's going to be similar to the other ones, where like the Xbox 360 style games, if you died, you had to start all the way over again. It's ridiculous. This one, I don't think, it doesn't look like it's going that direction. Yeah, Saw, like, I'm also, I like the Saw movies. Like, as much crap as people give the newer ones, which I haven't even watched Jigsaw yet. I think I've watched all the other ones, though. But this one just looks cool, because I like the premise of how the movies were. And, like, it blows my mind that it took them almost 20 years to make a new Saw game, because the last one we got was, I think it was like Saw Part 2 or something like that on 360 in like 2009 or 2010, somewhere in there. Yeah, Dawn Walker looks pretty freaking good, and from what I understand, they've set themselves up to where they can go into any timeline, any time period that they want, which, that's cool. What was this? Oh, Lords of the Fallen 2, which is a Souls-like game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I saw the modern day. So is that game supposed to be like solely modern day? I saw someone was saying about the game goes back in time. You don't stay in modern times. You go back. But you're the go-to vampire guy. So this this was a Star Wars RTS style game. Yeah, it's played in flashbacks. Yeah. So how's that? Do you know anything about how these flashbacks are going to work? Like, do they have set story beats that they're going to hit, or is it going to be just kind of taking different things from that happen in different time periods and kind of putting them into an overarching story? If they did that, that would be cool. But yeah, we don't get modern vampire games. I just now thought about that. Like, we're getting Blade eventually, but other than Blade, what was in this? What was really moving the needle for vampire games? Not very much. I mean, Redfall made it take a hit, big time. Yeah, I like the way this game looks, but I just don't do RTS games. But I saw that and I'm like, I'm kind of tempted to try it. You can't just put my boy in there and then expect me to not at least be a little bit intrigued. See, Red Wolf is losing his mind just like me, and I think it will be almost Interview with a Vampire-esque with him telling the story in the past. Okay, you have me interested. You've talked me into it. Which I haven't watched Interview with the Vampire. I mean, I vaguely know what it's about, but also know it's a very highly praised movie. So if that's the foundation, then, or if that went into any aspect of the creative process for this game, that's a lot of potential. Oh yeah, here it is right here. Pretty sure this is that. Yeah, this is the Dawnwalkers game. Yeah, dude, this game actually looked cool. I just hope the combat's solid. See, Legacy of Kain vibes. Okay, that's another series I've never touched. Blood of Dawnwalker. Does that have a release date? Oh yeah, September 3rd. Dude, I haven't looked to see since just these handful of showcases. I haven't looked to see what September and October looks like, but the entire time I was watching this, and I kept seeing September, October. I'm like, y'all realize there's 10 other months in the year, right? Right? And then the Among Us TV show that apparently Paramount Plus put out before the announcement even went live, so people knew about it already. So I still got loads of holidays to book. And then they had another game. This was kind of... Dude, the only thing... I just kept looking at this woman's outfit, and I'm like, I saw the colors, immediately thought Fred Flintstone, and then I saw the tie, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely Fred Flintstone inspired. Yeah, Among Us TV show, and then expansion or DLC story expansion for 007, which is wild. The game hasn't even been out a month, and there's already a planned expansion. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense considering it's the Hitman devs. Another Switch. Here's what's coming. And Gothic Remake. I never played the original. I feel like I vaguely heard of it. Also, I want... Calm down, microphone. I want y'all's opinion on something. Is it just me? Like, I'm getting tired of these futuristic medieval games that don't have guns. Like, it's cool, but it's like, can we do something different to get maybe some different people involved or different people to like the genre? That's just how I feel. It's like it's like, dude, we've had the last several years, like we had iGuard, we had, what was some other games that kind of had the same similar look? Trying to think. It's also a lot of like Souls-like games that are doing it too. Like, I'm not saying every genre is doing it, but it's like, it seems to be specific genres that are stuck in this futuristic fantasy, but old school, aesthetic, medieval vibe. But yeah, if you like that, cool. It's not for me. And then this short circuit in my brain, I thought we were getting some type of cyberpunk Edge Runners game, and it's like a crossover with Wuthering Waves, which I haven't touched. And I think this was Monster Hunter Wilds getting a massive expansion, I believe is what it said. Monster Hunter Wilds. Descendants. Okay, nothing. Oh. This is 2027. Massive expansion, yeah. So that's next year. And then this is Sauron Games. This just, meh. That's all I can think to say about this one is meh. Because it also looks like another Dark Souls-esque game based on the way the enemies' attacks are. I don't remember what this one was called. Swords of Legends. What we got next? This one looked cool. I'm not gonna lie. Low-key excited for this one. I actually liked the Hot Wheels Unleashed. The first one, I didn't really put a lot of time on the second one. But I actually like the concept and seeing that they're taking it into an open world. Like, I'm down for this. This is cool. This is evolving the brand. And also, I'd rather play this than have another Hot Wheels expansion in Forza. Please, anyone at Playground Games, if you're listening to this, please don't do a Hot Wheels crossover for one of the DLC expansions for Japan. I beg of you. Please don't. You have this. Or this is coming out. Let's not do Hot Wheels again. But that comes out September. Actually, September 24th. That comes out the same day as something else that we literally just watched. I don't remember off the top of my head. I was excited to see that this was getting another season of the, I guess not really tracks, I guess you could say. But that was just year one, and then now they got another year. Evangelion. And then this little Sonic Pico Park multiplayer game thing. Dude, I'm only 4 years younger than Sonic. I'm getting old. I don't like it. And then Attack on Titan's getting a game, which it made me think, if we can get away from every single anime game dev wanting to make 1v1 or 3v3 or arena fighters, do something like this. I'm sick and tired of the 1v1 anime games. Every single mainstream anime does it. You don't really get a whole bunch of variety, and then you're just left with filler, essentially. Alright, and what was that, 3? That comes out next month. And this is Hitman X Wiz Khalifa, I believe. No, it's not. This is Clutch. Never mind. This is the one. This is the X Forza Horizon devs. Maverick Games, I believe the name of the studio. And I'm down. Forza Horizon needs some competition, and to be honest, we need more racing games that don't suck or just do the same thing over and over again. Which, not to say that Gran Turismo doesn't evolve, I feel like their games have gotten a little stagnant. But that's just coming from someone that played a little bit of 7 or a little bit of Sport, whatever one came out on PS4. And then the one that's out on PS5, I played a little bit of it with the steering wheel, and I like it. It's really pretty. But we need more like arcadey racing games. Like we already have 2 really good Sims. We don't need 50 of the Sims. And then this was Kingdom Come Deliverance. No, this was some battle simulator that looked really cool. That's one actually intrigued me too. And you can customize the armor, your weapons. You can actually, I think you can actually take over any combatant and fight in real time. So that looks kind of cool. What was this? Was this the one? This looked interesting. I like the music. Obviously, I can't play it, but if you get a chance to go back and watch this one was actually really cool. I'm interested by it. Can't remember what it was called. Sea of Remnants. That's what it was. This was kind of funny. Talking about knockoff collectibles, and then I forget what they called Ryu, but he has like a mustache and whatnot. And he has like a Texas accent. He's like, Hadouken. That was his first sale. Yeah, this is the... Like, I'm sitting here listening. Like, when I was watching this yesterday, I'm like, oh, man, yeah, Black and Yellow. I haven't heard that song in a while. And I was like, oh, wow, Hitman. I was like, why is there a Wiz Khalifa song? And then right about here is when I realized, oh, wait, that is Wiz Khalifa. So, yeah, not only did they just put out 007, they're still freaking doing these free events for it. It's crazy. Yeah, they've done Eminem. They did Mads Mikkelsen. Who else have they done? They've done several. I thought this was Pokemon, and then I realized it was Power World, and then the more I watched the trailer, the more I'm like, is this them looking at Nintendo with all their patents that they tried to throw down their throat and being like, you don't control us anymore? Because this trailer shows the ball throwing mechanic that Nintendo tried to take away from them. It shows like right here being able to mount and fly around on your pals, but then also being able to fight on your pals, which to me is like a subtle jab, kind of like what Epic did to Apple with the whole Fortnite thing back in what 2019? Nice. Didn't they do a Bond one before they did the game? I'm not entirely sure. If I had to guess, though, I would say... Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's the one that, I believe that's the one that Mads Mikkelsen did. It was a callback to the Daniel Craig, Casino Royale movie. Or it was like a mission, like, within that universe. But Power World's getting its 1.0 update. Great. I might actually play it, to be completely honest, and see if I can get into it once I get a gap to actually play the games. I thought when they announced it, yeah, I didn't even remember that until you just said it. Dude, this is my game. I love this game so much. I can't put it into words how much I love this game. I was screaming at the top of my lungs when they showed this off. I was so freaking excited, which it was hilarious because I didn't even know that it was still in active development until a couple weeks ago. Hey, look, it's Mag. Hold on. It's Mag. You can't, dude. Somebody needs to show this to him. Actually, no, don't show him this stream. But that looks like Mag, like a jacked Mag. Well, more jacked than he already is. But The Wolf Among Us, I've played it on 360. I think I played it on PS3. I own it on Android. I own it on Xbox. I think I own it on PS4. I know I've played it on just about every platform it's released on. And I'm so excited that we're getting a remake, or a remaster of the first one at the end of this year, and then we're getting two, I think, spring of next year, or they just said next, yeah, 2027. But that's freaking amazing. I'm so, that was the highlight for me, to be completely honest. We have to tweet him, congratulating him on inclusion in the game. Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. Take a screenshot and be like, hey, is this you? Even though it's a character model that hasn't really changed much. The lighting in this, like that, and I think that's another reason why a lot of people don't remember this game, is because the OG version, they had a lot of graphical issues with it. Or at least I encountered a lot of different ones, like textures, despawning. I think at one point I even had a option, like a voice option, not pop up. But yeah, I'm so excited for this. I thought this was Final Fantasy because of the train. It looked, I was like, oh wait, is this Final Fantasy 7 or is this the final part? And then it ended up being Stellar Blade. But dude, her abilities look freaking insane. Like it's making me want to go try Stellar Blade. Because if Stellar Blade's anything like this, sign me up. Actually, you know, it kind of reminds me, the gameplay kind of reminds me of Pragmata. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just watching the gameplay, and then I've seen people on Twitter kind of talking about it. I'm like, I want to bump her character model up by another decade. Starblade uses, yeah, I've watched a little bit of gameplay, but not a whole lot on it. And it's been a minute since I've watched gameplay on it. And we're just gonna. But yeah, now that I'm watching it back, they need to age this chick up. For sure, 100%. They're too close to the line on this one for me. Like Stellar Blade Eve, they made it known that she was obviously of age, or well above age, which is how it should be. I don't like these companies that keep trying to teeter on the line. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. But gameplay wise, that looked fun. Now, like I said, they just need to fix the character. If they don't, I probably won't play it. Same girl, but different face. Ah, okay. And this was a DLC with Tifa being added to Street Fighter 6, which I literally sold my copy of Street Fighter 6 on my Switch 2 like 2 weeks ago. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, game key card, never used it. It sat in my Switch 2 case, and then I already have it on Xbox. I'm like, I don't need it. Same character model. Oh, really? That's weird. But yeah, like now that it's been pointed out, it's like, yeah, it's just, it shouldn't. No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know how to word it. I'm just not gonna say that. He's 34. Yeah, but the character model though looks like a 15-year-old. Okay, we're just gonna call it what it is. Like she like baby face. Like no, that add a wrinkle, add something like it that make it known this chick's not that aged. Thank you, Seth. Thank you. You worded it perfectly. It's suggestive as hell. Yeah, exactly. That's my issue. It's suggestive, and that's the thing. They're teetering on the line, seeing what they can get away with, and I'm sick and tired of it. How about this? If they're between the ages of 15 and 20, they're not in the game. Let's do that. I don't know why I got so aggressive about that, but that's insanity. And to that extent, I will say there are weirdos out there that crave that stuff. And, oh, no. Anyways. Yep, exactly, Seth. Let's see here. What was this? Oh, yeah, Apollyon was very, very over the moon about this. He was grinning ear to freaking ear. I wish y'all could have seen it. He was hyped the entire time until I kept messing with him. I'm like, dude, it's not coming out till next year. What if it's not coming out till next year? And then spring 2027. Yeah, and that was the last announcement, so we can kind of skip over ski. And then we had the Day of the Devs, which the Day of the Devs had more stuff I was interested in, to be completely honest. So excited. Yeah. This game looked interesting. I'm not sure how the, oh wait, no, this was their 2 other games. This is their new game. This looked kind of cool. Because you can kind of like pretty much kind of do whatever you want. Go where you want. The mechanics look cool, like the non-stop shooting, because it is a roguelite. Like, this is right up my alley. I don't know why, but I've taken a liking to some of these roguelites. Perfect example being, what is it called? Seth, the one that we were using to get or the one that you were using to get your Xbox points for. Ball X Pit, that's the one. Yeah, Ball X Pit, and then like this one, Vampire Survivor. But I thought it looked cool. Yeah, Blood Dungeon is the name of that one. It's coming out late summer. And New Blood. I thought the premise of this looked cool, but I probably won't play it. too creepy for me. But I like how it's made and all that stuff. Like how they're mixing games and live action. I think it's a really cool concept, and I would like to see more, just not in the horror genre. And then, oh, they're still talking about that. And oh, I was excited about this game. This is a music game. I think it's Mr. Records. It's a rhythm-based game that I believe is coming out this either summer or September. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, this one looks kind of cool. It's got, to me, it kind of reminds me of like Adventure Time, Uncle Grandpa, those type of shows. But it's also a rhythm game. When does this come out? Yeah, they actually made all the music themselves. So that's another reason I like seeing people that are multifaceted bring everything full circle together and make something. It's really inspiring. Oh no, there's no release date for it. And then Spirit Fair, the people that made Spirit Fair, I didn't know that Spirit Fair and 33rd Morals were made by the same team. I wasn't aware of this. I might actually have to try it, 33 Immortals. Because, was it getting a 1.0? Yeah, because it's been in early access for a while. Oh, I was interested in this game too. This kind of reminded me of South of Midnight, art style wise. Yeah. But it just reminds me of like South of Midnight mixed with Sea of Thieves. It's literally just a fishing game. You just fish. That's all you do. But that's coming out towards the end of this year. Honestly, I would be happy if some of these games got delayed to 2027 because there's already too much stuff. Oh yeah, this looked cool. This art style actually makes me want to give Octopath Travelers a shot. Even though it's in a genre I don't really particularly like, turn-based, but as you can tell by the game, I don't know if you can really see it all that well, but I have Expedition 33. That was actually the first turn-based game. Is that the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first turn-based game I've ever beat. But I like the art style for this. Threads of Time. Obviously, it's an ode to Final Fantasy and the Octopath Traveler style-esque. And you just go through different time regions. This was an interesting little momentum-based multiplayer game that looks kind of interesting. Which is made by the people that made I can't remember. I feel like they made a game called Exit, but then there's also, I think it's like the best platformer ever made is the name of the game. And they made that, which you can tell from the stick figures and how they move that it's the same developer. Unless that's the wrong game title name and I'm completely mixing stuff up, which is possible today with everything that's happened. This game, I've played a little bit of it. I can't talk about it, but I have played it. And I'm actually glad this game got delayed to 2027 because originally it was supposed to be 2026 and it was going to be early access. Now they're pushing for 2027 with a 1.0 release date. But like I said, I can't really talk about it, but I'm really excited for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. Like the art style looks cool. Seth, I think I was talking to you about this. It kind of reminds me of like Jersey Devil to an extent from like the PS1, just like the animation style and the overall tone. But hey, it's 2027. We already got too much stuff coming out this month. This year. It's insane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Into the Unwell is the name of it, by the way, in case anyone wanted to know. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit of mouse PI in there. This one looked really cool. I think it's called Bub. And it's just like I'm classifying it as like a artsy fartsy story. Where'd it go? But now it's just also too, this is the one that I'm really intrigued by because one of the devs, which it was this guy, he got diagnosed with something. I don't remember what it was, but he couldn't use his hands. And it was like midway through making this, and he had to learn how to use his hands again, or his hands started working again. He was able to start creating, and then this is the product of it. So I thought that little tidbit of a backstory was pretty cool, and I'm glad I remembered that because I wanted to touch on that specifically because I like hearing people work through hardships and still give it their all and put out something amazing. Everything, like, I love stuff like this, which Really makes me upset that I didn't really get into Harold Halibut because I was really excited for that game when they first showed that in like 2017. And then it came out. I didn't play it until like a year or two after it came out, and then I haven't gone back to it. Yeah, persevere to success. But yeah, the indie scene is showing that like you can make cool stuff, and you don't have to have $100 million budget. So you tell me where the innovation is. I actually know. I'll tell you. It's in indie games. Not saying that AAA's not doing it, but they ain't doing it nowhere near the level that indie is. Alright, and then... This looked really fun. This is a co-op game. It's kind of like Raft, but you have to fight zombies and build a raft and get through the water park. But I think it's cool. I like it. We need more, like, random games like this that are multiplayer based. It's all putting powerful tools into regular people's hands. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's funny. That's what we were talking about earlier, Seth. But this game just looks like stupid fun. Like, shut your brain off, get your buddy, and see what happens. There's the... I don't think I skipped Screenbound. We can make a game these days. Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like, entertainment's getting to the point where you don't have to have a studio, you don't have to have millions of dollars, you don't have to have this, you don't have to have that. You can, if you want to do it, there are things to where you can just do. And I think that's the thing that really excites me about the future of not just game, but just the world in general. It's just how all of this stuff is going to be. Like, how much wider of a pool is, or how much wider of a net is there going to be of people that are making stuff? Whether it's music, movies, TV, games, books, whatever. I just find that fascinating. This was weird. You basically, I think you help an AI understand. Seth just have to weed through people's content that has no soul and uses the tools to replace creativity and originality. Yep, and I think I was telling you earlier, Seth. I've struggled with that. We're gonna pause this because I actually want to say this. I've actually been struggling with making content and doing stuff because, like, I want people to see that I'm trying to be as authentic as I can. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm never going to be perfect, nor will I ever say that I'm perfect. But I will do everything in my power to make sure that I give you evidence, facts, and just true how I feel. But also at the same time be like, hey, this is my opinion. Hey, this is how I feel. This is how it looks to me. And I feel like that type of voice isn't really allowed to talk on YouTube. To an extent. Hey, McLovin, what's up? If you say so. I'm pretty sure you're cracking a joke at Seth's expense. The blurry line of moving target, all you can do is be real. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see here. I like the way this guy was talking. The game, like, it's kind of what this guy was kind of saying to an extent too, about how it wants to. You want to tell a story but be true, and then it all goes to hell in a handbasket when you find a body in your trunk. I'm trying to get to the ones that I'm really... This one. Actually, cool thing about this, I nonchalantly just tweeted out about this game in a, I don't know, what do people, a posting frenzy, I guess, of showing different indie games that I saw from this showcase that I liked. The sole pixel artist for this game liked my tweet saying I'm looking forward to the game, or that looks amazing. So basically, the guy that liked it is the guy that did anything you've seen on the screen. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I know it started with an F, but I don't want to get it wrong. But no, he does good work. And that's another thing too, these indie devs, they're more willing to talk to the public. They're more willing to listen to feedback because their teams are so much more smaller. Like, we're talking singular devs to like, what, 20-ish people? But I'm actually really looking forward to this game. I like the way that you can still, not mimics, but it blurs the line between what can be done in a 3D space, but also be shown on a 2D environment at the same time, while having both of those things interact almost seamlessly. Yeah, McLovin, I hope the rain stopped. That sounded freaking annoying. They just being McLovin is woke canceling. All right, we're not doing that here. We don't cancel people here. You know, we give our opinions, we talk some smack, and then we eat some food, because let's be honest, we're all starting to get hungry right now. I know I am. Why am I the only old fart in the world that doesn't have a nostalgic bone in my body? That's a good question. I don't have the answer to. Okay, McLovin. But I'm looking forward to this game. I want to say this is I don't think this was a summer release date. It didn't. Yeah, I don't think it showed it. And what was this game? This looked kind of. Was this? I can't remember if this one was interesting. Oh yeah, this is a fighting roguelite thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a roguelite. I thought I would be able to. I didn't start paying attention to this trailer until I saw the refrigerator. I'm like, I can play as a refrigerator. I can't show too much. Can't. Too many. Exactly, dude. We thought May was insane. Like I said, I hadn't even looked at September, October for release date calendars. I don't want to at this point, because at this point there's a new game that I'm gonna want to play, just coming out just about every handful of days. I'm so flustered I can't type. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that's how I am set up with my words. Words don't want to English today. And what was this? Oh, this one seemed interesting. It was kind of like a whodunit. Someone's trying to kill grandma, but no one knows who, and there's like clues and stuff hidden all around the game world. And it's from the people that made Duck Detective, if anyone played those. They actually kind of look a little cute and cozy. Might need to show those to the wife. She might like that. Emperor Hound, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, we're just going through the last little bit of the Day of the Devs stream that they did yesterday. And then I have a little surprise for y'all, since we decided that the community, well, we all decided as a collective, the community will be called the, literally just say my brain, Nation Nomads, because we like to learn stuff, we explore. Obviously, a lot of video games are about exploring different things, and I thought that fit. So, a little teaser about what's to come in regards to that when we get done going through this, before the stream ended. Watched a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually the first time I watched the Day of the Devs, and like I said, I was more excited. I think I'm more excited for, as a whole, for the games that were shown at the Day of the Devs than I was for Summer Games Fest. And that's with one of my favorite games, Wolf Among Us, not only getting a remaster, but finally getting the sequel they've been saying we're getting for 8 years. Finally getting that next year, and then the remaster at the end of this year. But even with that, I am genuinely think I am more excited about indies than I am AAA. And I think that is a very dangerous line for these AAA devs to have us to be walking. What was this? Oh yeah, it's called like Slapper or something. Literally, the only way you interact with anything is slapping everything. I thought that was pretty funny. Slap out of it. Actually, Turbo Button, I'm pretty sure they're the ones. Pretty sure Turbo Button made Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I could be wrong though. Let's see. And we wander from platform to platform. Yeah. The club and AAA games can just disappear at this point. Honestly, they might very well be, they'll end up not being these $300, $400, $500 million blockbusters anymore. They'll bring the budgets and everything down to make it to where if you want to make a game, you better know what you're doing with it. You have story, great gameplay, good music, good writing, and most importantly, it just needs to be fun. And I think that's where a lot of these AAA devs have messed up. They forgot how to have fun. Yeah, I think it's a very healthy replacement cycle, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, too, I mean, it's not like AAA hasn't done this to themselves. I mean, yeah, I think, too, AAA, they're the ones that are responsible for the ecosystems. They're the ones that build the ecosystems. Indies just exist. Biggest difference is they don't have to answer to stockholders. Yep, exactly. But this game, and then this looked like a cameo. I can't tell if it is, but it just looks like they cameoed Ben Starr. Like, he doesn't seem like he knows what he's talking about. See, I'm playing, let's see. So, AAA is doing fine besides Sony. Great Wall, I'm playing Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. Nice. Death, Capcom on fire. Yep, dude. You're the first, or you're not the first one, but you're the one of many that came in here and said that. Including myself. Like, and they're already setting themselves up to have a banger start to next year with Resident Evil Veronica. Like, that's insane. Loving watching the downfall. See, and that's, at first I was a little excited about Sony slipping, but the more I think about it, the more I'm just sad. I'm not mad. I'm not happy. I'm sad. Because, like, if Sony goes, who's gonna replace them? Nobody. And that leaves Nintendo and Microsoft. Then what happens when they're gone? What happens? The ecosystem is so fine-tuned that it has to operate within certain parameters, and these companies keep trying to push further and further outside these parameters, and now the wheels are starting to fall off. But this next game looks mad. Yeah, this I don't know why they decided to pivot from a niche genre into a oversaturated genre that if you're not Mario Kart, Sonic, or is there even a third one? Who's really going to be playing it? Like, no offense to the devs, like Ukulele was a decent game. If you really liked Banjo-Kazooie, it was like a spiritual successor. It didn't click with me like that because I didn't grow up playing banjo. But like, I like the art style and stuff. It's just like, how much can you really do with a, what is this, 32-bit kart racer? See, it's a fickle mistress. Yep. We need the big three. Exactly. And that's the thing that these fanboys don't understand. We need PlayStation just as much as we need Xbox, just as much as we need Steam, just as much as I hate to say it, we need Epic Games. We need these platforms because the less platforms we have, the less competition we get. And just like I don't know if y'all watch Oh No It's Alex, but we're in the platform wars. Like we're not, the console wars dead, done, over with. The platform wars. Get back. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Alright. Sorry, I hit a button. Let's see. Forza kart races. See, here's the thing. I think they could get away with that, but here's the thing. Have the Forza team make it, but have it be a kart racer with all the IPs that they own and actually make it fun. Take the concept from like the Crash. That's the other thing too. Like they have the technology. Xbox has the technology. They own. No, actually, I don't think they do. They don't own the studio that made the Crash. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they own the team that made the Crash Team Race or Crash Nitro Kart game. So like they have a foundation for a kart racer already. Have them partner with Playground, come up with some cool kart racer concept. I'd be down for that. I mean, people have already been teasing about them potentially making a kart racer at some point, anyways. So why not? See, I think Nintendo is slowly falling too. Oh yes, that's the sad thing about Nintendo. They had the smallest price increase of $50. They lost 87% of their week over week sales for Switch 2. And also too, the Xbox Series X is beating the Switch, the OG Switch, which that in itself is insane. Like it's wild. Let's see. Less competition means more greed, worse product. Exactly. Yep. The Sony mascot is owned by Xbox. Yeah, isn't that kind of hilarious? Well, two of them, Crash and Spyro. It's not just the price increase. Well, yeah, I was just using that as an example. It's not just the price increases. It's a lot of the stuff going in on the back end, and then a lot of ways that people are choosing to make games is causing friction against the players because they're making stuff that people just don't want to play. And meanwhile, everyone's going to these indie games and going, wow, I love this game. I only spent $30 and got 40 hours of game and I loved every second of it, or I loved the majority of it. Like AAA games, they're getting few and farther between of having that emotional reaction. Oh yeah, stop killing games, yeah. Yeah, that's like the big thing right now because it's in the news because it's passed in the House in California and it hasn't. I don't think it's gone to the Senate yet, or if it has, I haven't heard anything about it. But yeah, that's the stop killing games is a good step in the right direction, but there's a lot more stuff that needs to be done, especially on the legal side for consumer protections, because I think a lot of these laws about video games are being roped into other laws about other types of entertainment, and it's not interchangeable like that. It's just not. Yeah, there's the... Oh yeah, this game looked pretty interesting too. Into the Fire. It's like, it's got that Borderlands cel-shaded art style. I think it's got its own little unique spin though, and just being able to put fires and shoot stuff. Let's see. The laws will discourage risk taking if they are not careful, though. There's a balance, just like everything. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's a balance. Like, well, it's not actually, Seth. It's not even that. It's these companies don't want to take risks at all. They want surefire thing that's going to sell millions of copies, and that's not how that's not how anything that's subjective works. Music's the same way. Movies are the same way. Books are the same way as well. Like you can't make if you try to make something for everyone, you're going to end up making something for no one, and that's where we're at with it. I think there's this game and then one other one. This one looked kind of interesting. Like a, kind of like in the same vein of It Takes Two or Split Fiction. The McLovin, AAA devs are just lazy these days. Yeah. I understand why you say that, but I don't think that fully paints the full picture of what's going on, and it's kind of lumps everyone into one thing, even if they're not the problem. Yeah, Tron 6, and then yeah, When Sirens Falls, horror game. Honestly, right now I'm content with staying up to date with my Resident Evil. Let's see, yes, and Seth. Yes, and the innovation comes from the smaller devs that used to work at AAA houses and gain their skills. Then they go make what they want as a new smaller dev. And that's the thing too that I don't think people realize too. These smaller devs, they're leaner, quicker, more efficient, and they don't burn money. If they do burn money, they're burning their own money and they go out pretty dang quick. But yeah, like you're saying, Seth, yeah, a lot of these devs. That's why all these new studios are popping up. All these devs have gotten tired of working for the man, working for the corporate, and they're like, well, why should they make all the money for my skills? Why am I not making money for myself? And that's exactly what they're doing. And now it's getting to the point where they're starting to be ready to show stuff. And it's they're coming after AAA's lunch and then some. Let's see. People don't see that and scream about layoffs that work out better for the devs in the long run. Then they become the big monolith and break up, and the cycle. Exactly. Exactly. That's why, like, now that people are complaining about what was it called, the market shrinking or consolidating, and it's like, where were y'all in the late 90s? Same thing was happening then. And that was what, 10 years after the crash of the 80s? I feel like they've been pushing the crash off and pushing it off, and now it's getting to the point where the consumers are going to make the crash happen. Because these AAA devs are not just the devs, but just the system as a whole is broken. Let's see here. I think the game I want most, they have rebuild completely parts of their game in a month because they realized it was crap. Yeah, well, see, that's also the thing that these AAA dev companies or these AAA studios, there's like 4 to 10 people that have to agree to something in the chain of command before it even gets listened to or brought up. That's another reason why these devs are saying, you know what? See ya. I'm gonna go try and make it on my own. And then a lot of them are actually doing it because they're actually talented. And that's the other thing too. If you're not talented, learn a skill that is useful in the games industry and go from there. Like, why are we shoehorning ourselves into things that we're not good at? Ask the devs at Embark if they are better off than at DICE. It sounds like that. That's one way to look at it, I reckon. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it was just another horror game. And then, yep, and that was it. Hey, guys, we got through all 3. And I think we did it in under 3 hours. I think. See, 3:30. Yeah, a little under 3 hours, guys. So we did good this time. Granted, I rambled a lot, but I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. But yeah, yeah. Also too, I had my graphics card not update before I started streaming, crashed my PC, booted it back up, got all that fixed. Then halfway through the stream, OBS crashed. But yeah, now is the time that I think I've been waiting for it more than y'all have. But just going to show off a little bit of stuff I'm doing with AI with the channel to help. I've realized that I like to do funny stuff, and I realize I don't really have the space to do the comedic stuff that I would like to do on the scale that I would like to do it. So in that aspect, I will be incorporating AI into some of the things that I make, which most of you already know. Like my thumbnails, I use AI to help with those. I'm a one-man team. I'm not a team of 20 people running the YouTube channel. It's literally just me. But I feel like I can use the AI to actually tell funny stories and to just make fun of the industry without, sounding like a lunatic or sound like I'm screaming like a chicken with my head cut off. But yes, thank you to Great Wall. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, I guess I will leave y'all with the little teaser I have of what's to come for the channel. So with all that being said, appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in here. And I will catch y'all tomorrow on Ion Storm's channel for a special presentation of Gaming News Live for the Xbox Showcase. That was a mouthful. But God bless. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And hope y'all enjoy what's coming to the channel. Boy.